Hey, what it do, Sports Well, and welcome to the Winner Circle Podcast. Me, Ray Diggs, man. I want to talk about the NFL. Hey, it's the pass for real. Shador Sanders fans, they're scrambling right now for any excuse that they can make up. Before I get started, man, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. This right is the last one of the night. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. NFL news, as y'all know, the New England Patriots last night dominates the New York Giants. And I know what a lot of people on TV is saying, that the New England Patriots, they really haven't showed nothing. They have had the easiest schedule in the NFL. If you look back, this team right here is pretty much, they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they lost to the Las Vegas Raiders, but they pulled off 10 straight. Ever since the Pittsburgh loss, in which they lost 21-14, they have beat the Carolina Panthers, the Buffalo Bills, the New Orleans Saints, the Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns, Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay, New York Jets, Cincinnati Bengals, and then last night they beat the New York Giants before they head into their bye week. Now they have a bye week, and then they'll come off their bye week with two tough games. They will come off at home against the Buffalo Bills, and then they will play at the Baltimore Ravens before they finish up at the New York Jets, and then the Miami Dolphins again at home. Right now, this team right here is 11-2. They are the number one seed in the AFC. Now, for the people that's saying that this team right here has had the easiest schedule, yes, the Patriots have had the easiest schedule. But if y'all remember at the beginning of the season, the New England Patriots was picked to have the number 5 pick. They was picked to have a top 10 pick this year in the draft. So for people that's saying that this right here was supposed to be everybody easy game, the Patriots was supposed to be everybody easy game. But see, they flipped it around and they got themselves a quarterback and they got themselves a head coach with an offensive coordinator, and now they flipped it around. I think people were underestimating the New England Patriots, honestly, and that's my opinion. I think that this team right here, when they brought in, you got to think about it. When Mike Vrabel went to the Tennessee Titans, Mike Vrabel got the Tennessee Titans to almost the AFC Championship game, in which they had a good game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But why didn't they had basically a running back and a great defense. That's all that they had. They did not have anybody. They did not have a quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, he's okay, average. He ain't no Drake May. So this is the first time that Mike Vrabel has gotten himself a franchise quarterback, which is MVP candidate Drake May. A lot of people did not know about Drake May. Drake May came from North Carolina. A lot of people didn't know Drake May was a hell of a quarterback at North Carolina. The only reason he wasn't really known by a lot of people is because he played at North Carolina. But this kid right here is a hell of a young quarterback. Now he's the front runner for the MVP. I think it's going to have to be a big setback. I think that he's going to win MVP. And if he can win MVP at 23, he just turned 23 years old in only his second year, that's going to be a hell of a fate right there. That's something that Tom Brady didn't even do. So depending on what happened these last 4 games, I think that Drake May can possibly, if he comes out there and have a good game against Buffalo and Baltimore, I think that the kid can win MVP. That's just my opinion. If they can come out here and they can win one of those 2 games, and they can split those 2 games and possibly come up out of there at 12-3, I think that this team is going to possibly clinch a playoff berth around right there, that Baltimore game. This right here is this is a really good team. They got a really good defense. And this right here, what I always tell people, the Patriots are a year ahead of time. They was not supposed to be this good, this fast. We knew that they was going to be good, but we did not know it was going to be good this fast. They are a year ahead of time. This team is going to get even better when they can get more weapons on the offensive side. And last night they played without some of their top defensive linemen. The rookie standout on the left side, they played without both rookie standouts on the left side of the offensive line, and they still played a hell of a game against a really good pass rush from the New York Giants. So when people say that this team right here is not performing, oh yeah, they hadn't beat nobody. Well, guess what? The same team that this is the hypocritical that I say when it comes down to fans. They will pick what they want to pick on who they want to say is a championship team. Now, the Patriots is not a championship team because they haven't beaten anybody. They beat Buffalo. Y'all said Buffalo was a championship team. They beat now the LA Rams came out here Sunday and lost to the Carolina Panthers. But guess what? They're still saying that they are a championship team. So let me get this right. One team, and we beat the brakes off of Carolina. So we beat Carolina, but we didn't play nobody. They lose to Carolina, but they're still a championship team. That's all I'm saying. Keep the same energy for all the teams. This team right here is an NFL team, as a professional team. All of these teams they're playing against are professional team, professional players. These are the top level players in their professional sports. So they play who's on their schedule. They were supposed to be the laughing stock of the NFL. They were supposed to be everybody's easy game. When I go back through that schedule, they were supposed to be Miami Dolphins' easy game, Pittsburgh Steelers. They were supposed to be Buffalo's easy game. They were supposed to be Tampa Bay's easy game. They were supposed to be the easy game for all of these teams. But they ended up flipping that switch with a hell of a head coach and an offensive coordinator and a young quarterback. Now they are beating these teams that y'all thought that they would lose to. The Pittsburgh, if y'all don't know, they was picked to go what, 4-13. That is exactly what the New England Patriots picked to go. They was picked to, I think they was picked to win 4 or 5 games, but they've already run 11 games already. Y'all thought the Patriots was going to be down for a long time, but the thing was, God blessed us. Thank you, God. We appreciate you. But he blessed us to find a quarterback, and that's what we did. We found us a quarterback, Drake May. Now we're back where we need to be. Yeah, he ain't Tom Brady, and he might never be Tom Brady. But you want to know something? We don't even need him to be Tom Brady. We need him to be Drake May. That's all we need him to be. And I think this right here is one of the best young quarterbacks in the league in Drake May. He took a big step from his rookie season to his second year. Him, I would say maybe Caleb Williams. Bo Nix is still good. Jaden Daniels has been pretty much injured, so we can't really, I can't really rate him. But these young quarterbacks took a big step. Even Michael Penix, he's not having a bad season. He's out for the season right now, but it ain't like he's just terrible. But all of these young quarterbacks, but Drake May, I think he took the biggest step out of all of these quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, I think that the Patriots, I think that we'll possibly lose to the Buffalo Bills a second time, maybe. I think we'll lose one of these 2 games that's coming up, either Buffalo or the Baltimore Ravens. And then we'll finish out against those 2 teams, and possibly that'll be enough to get us that number 1 seed and get us a first round bye. But like I said, those 2 games right there would be critical. Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. Now, y'all know that Shedeur Sanders, he had a game the other, they beat the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm talking about his fans was cheering their ass off. Then they come back against a team that can possibly be a playoff team, which is the 49ers, and then he looked subpar, looked below average. Now they're blaming the coach, they're blaming the offensive line, they're blaming the play, they're blaming the wide receiver, they're blaming everybody except Shedeur Sanders. They saying let Shedeur Sanders cook. Now, Shedeur Sanders was 16 for 25, 149 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times for 34 yards. Now, that's 149 yards. His running back had 91 yards. Do that sound familiar to y'all? It's the same shit that Dillon Gabriel was doing. He's not doing nothing that Dillon Gabriel wasn't doing. These are Dillon Gabriel stats. His games this year, he's 405 yards in 2 games, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Dillon Gabriel in his 6 games, he was 900 yards and 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Yes, QBR was terrible, but I mean, it is what it is. He ain't no runner. And Shedeur Sanders' QBR is even worse. But this is what I'm saying, y'all. Have the same energy that you had for one quarterback for this quarterback. But you want to pick who you want to say that, oh yeah, he's just he don't throw. Shedeur Sanders didn't make not one amazing throw. He threw one time a deep throw to one of the running backs that was completely wide open to tight end, I think. And that's how they scored that 1 touchdown. They scored 8 points. This man scored 8 points, and y'all still talking about, and the Browns have to keep coming out talking about, we're going to evaluate him. He's going to be our starter. The Browns I think the Browns are listening too much. I think the Browns are listening too much to the fans. Coach Jig asked the question. What was up with Jerry Jeudy deal? So, man, y'all know how Jerry Jeudy, bro. You know how Jerry Jeudy is. He's dropping passes and shit, so he want to blame it on. Now, the play that he's talking about, I guess it kind of could have been on the wide receiver, but hell, even the week before, he threw a nice pass to Jerry Jeudy for a long pass and he fumbled it. So, I mean, I'm not even worried about what Jerry Jeudy talking about, because Jerry Jeudy, he's been horrible. Honestly, he hadn't been playing that good, and everybody know I'm a big Jerry Jeudy fan. I like him, but I still think it was a little wrong for him to go at his quarterback like that. because it's just the wrong look, especially on the sideline. You already know this kid is being scrutinized already. And I know people think that I'm against Shedeur Sanders. They think I hate Shedeur Sanders or whatever. I just want him to earn what if he's going to earn that starting job, I'm cool with that. I just don't want him to get nothing that he haven't earned. Because like I tell y'all, when it goes back to high school, he was given the starting quarterback job. I think that he was given a starting quarterback job in college. He went on to the NFL. I mean, went on to in high school, college. If you look at college, Jackson State never recruited a quarterback that can challenge Shedeur Sanders. When he went to Colorado, you see the backup quarterback. Y'all saw the backup quarterback this year. He was horrible. That quarterback right there looked like he should have been a kicker. He should have been a punter. He shouldn't even been no quarterback. You could have put him in anything else. Matter of fact, he shouldn't even been a football player. He should be studying. That's what he should be doing. He should be studying. He should be trying to get his degree. That's it. That's the quarterback that Deion Sanders recruited to back up Shedeur Sanders. So he never had to beat out nobody. Then he get to the NFL and his fans feel like he should have been given the position. Oh no, he earned that position. Like y'all thought that this kid right here was a top 5 draft pick. And let's be real, y'all. Let's look at all these quarterbacks that were drafted in this draft. All of these quarterbacks could have easily been drafted in the 3rd round. Let's be real. Let's talk about all. Let's go all the way down. Dylan Gabriel should have been a 4th, 5th round. Shedeur Sanders should have been a 2nd or 3rd round. I'm gonna even go with Cam Ward. Cam Ward should have been a 3rd round, a 2nd. Well, I won't say a late 1st or 2nd round draft pick. And I'm talking about the number 1 pick. Like all of these quarterbacks, because the quarterbacks came out before them, I think that NFL team was scrambling for quarterbacks. Think about the quarterback class before their quarterback class. You had number 1, Caleb Williams. You had number 2, Jaden Daniels. Number 3, Drake May. That's your 3 quarterbacks right there. Which quarterback that was in last year's draft that even hold a candle to any one of those 3 quarterbacks? Then you have Michael Penix that go in the top, and Bo Nix to go. You know, and you had all of these quarterbacks that go in the 1st round. So they were scrambling, and Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward knew that because they knew, oh, all the good quarterbacks are coming out in this draft. So it's wide open in the next draft. And I think Shedeur Sanders, I think he talked his way out of pretty much being a top 10 draft pick. I think that he talked his way out of it. If Shedeur Sanders go do the interviews and don't be cocky, and a lot of people say cockiness, oh, he's just a confident black man. It's a difference between being cocky. It's a difference in being arrogant. It's a difference between being confident. You can be so confident to where some people think you're arrogant. It ain't got nothing to do with your race. It can be any race. But if you continue to come in here and look at yourself like you just top notch, think about this. What quarterback has ever thought of themselves as being just a top notch quarterback coming out of in the draft? I can't think of one. And I'm going to tell you one quarterback that I can think of. And he came out, and I'm going to tell you how y'all ridiculed him. Y'all destroyed him. Y'all talk bad about him. It was Caleb Williams last season. When Caleb Williams came out, coming out of USC, and he's way more talented than Shedeur Sanders is. When this kid right here said things, y'all pretty much ate him up. Oh, man, this dude is too cocky. This dude. And why y'all don't give him the same energy that y'all give Shedeur Sanders? Y'all said that Shedeur Sanders is a confident black man. Now, when Caleb Williams did it, he's arrogant. Which one do y'all want to go by? Y'all got to pick one. You can't have both. Caleb Williams is basically saying less than what Shedeur Sanders is saying, and y'all said it's cocky. And this kid right here, I feel like, in my opinion, he can say it because this kid right here can ball. He can play. He's a hell of a quarterback. Nobody had to question whether he was going to be a top 5, a top 2 pick in the NFL draft. Nobody had to question this. It don't matter what this kid said. And this kid right here said that he wants them to pay him in Bitcoin. He wants him to get him half ownership. And guess what? Did it cause him to drop in the draft? You want to know why it didn't cause him to drop? Because people, NFL players, NFL owners, and scouts, they know talent. If you talk shit and you good, they can care less about you talking shit. You can talk all you want to as long as you perform on the field. Same thing with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown used to talk every time you look around, he was talking. But when he come out there and give you 150, 175 yards receiving, it backs up all that talking. You okay with that? But if you talking and you in a quarterback battle with Dylan Gabriel, You might need to go over there and sit on the bench and study your playbook. You know what I'm saying? And then when he gets into the game, y'all try to say that, oh, well, Shedeur Sanders, yeah, he wasn't ready, man. He was in OTA, he was in training camp, and he was at preseason. So why the hell is he not ready? Now he posted videos of him running up a hill. I don't know what the hell kind of quarterback need to be running up a hill for, but he running up a hill. I guess he's making his legs stronger, but when he needs to make his arms stronger, but he's running up a hill, acting like he a damn running back or something. And y'all said that, man. That's what I'm saying. Look at Shedeur, man. That boy right there out there getting it in. But he wasn't ready when they put him into the game, when they threw him into the fire. He came out there against the Las Vegas Raiders. He had a good game against a terrible team. That team is terrible. After the game, they fired their offensive coordinator. Hell, they might even fire their head coach, Pete Carroll. That's how bad that franchise is. But then when he play against the Raiders team, play against the 49ers team, and he's terrible, he's not good. Now y'all want to blame, oh man, it was his weapon. Oh man, it was the offensive coordinator. It was the head coach that was setting him up for failure. Y'all need to let Shedeur cook. Man, you let Shedeur cook, he gonna throw 4 interceptions. You let him cook if you want to. But that's the problem, though. Y'all going to continue to make excuses for him. And that's right there why I said after this game right here, y'all was going to scramble to make excuses. Now, watch. After the next game, they play against the Tennessee Titans Sunday. Now, watch how Shedeur Sanders fans come out here and act like that, oh, my gosh, Shedeur Sanders, hey, look what he did to the Tennessee Titans. But then, guess who they last 4 games is going to be against? And I want to hear y'all talk then. After the Tennessee Titans, they play against the Bears. Then they play against the Bears in Chicago. You know it's colder than a month against Chicago. I'm in Illinois. I know that. It's cold as hell. Ooh, wait, them hands gonna be cold. Then they play against the Buffalo Bills. Then they play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then they play against the Cincinnati Bengals. What? That is 4 hard games. And I hope they keep him as the starting quarterback. Kevin Stefanski. Keep him as the starting quarterback. Do him the same way how y'all did Dillon Gabriel. Y'all threw Dillon Gabriel in the fire. Dillon Gabriel started games. He started against his first game starting. He started against I think it was the Minnesota Vikings. He started against the Minnesota Vikings. Then he started against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then he went against the Dolphins. Then he went against the Patriots. Then he went against the Jets. Then he went against the Ravens. That's the game he got knocked out of. What's the Ravens game? So I need y'all to have that same energy when y'all letting Shedeur Sanders start. Let him play the hard game just like y'all threw Dillon Gabriel into those hard games. Do not take him out because y'all say he's a franchise quarterback. At least that's what his fans said. His fans said he's a starting quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. He's Thomas Elwood Patrick Brady Sanders. That's what his name is. His name is Tom Brady Sanders. So let's see him be Tom Brady. I want to see him be Tom Brady. I want to see him come out here and do what Tom Brady did. He wear number 12. Let's see him do what Tom Brady do. But see, the problem with it is his talent don't match his talk. Tom Brady was humble. Tom Brady just came out there and worked hard and he became Tom Brady. No, he wants to come out and he wants to be the guy, the man. He wants to be Tom Brady and talk like Tom Brady was at the end of his career, at the beginning of his career. It makes no sense. See, but I'm gonna tell you something. If Shedeur fans, I told you, y'all are the NFL. They are the NFL version of Caitlin Clark fans. That's all it is. Because they're gonna keep making excuses for him until there's no more excuses to make. Do y'all hear them talking about Caitlin Clark now? I ain't heard not a peep. Because you want to know why? Because everything that they were saying that she was the modern day female Steph Curry, but she can't hit no threes. So now she got to be John Stockton because she's passing, getting a lot of assists. Now she's just Caitlin Clark. Now she's just a regular player. Now they want to be mad at the commissioner because the commissioner said that she's getting all her money from endorsements. Well, it's the truth. And that's who Shedeur Sanders is. Shedeur Sanders is basically the NFL version of Caitlin Clark. His fans is going to make excuses. It doesn't matter what happens. If he play good, they're going to say he's a franchise quarterback. If he plays bad, they're going to say that it was the offensive coordinator, head coach in the offensive line, wide receiver, whether it's going to say it's the cornerback's fault, the defensive line fault. They're going to say it's everybody's fault except Shedeur Sanders. And that's right there the problem that I have. Instead of holding him accountable. Guess what, y'all? Baker Mayfield, I said this right here when Baker Mayfield first came into the league. I said he was an overrated quarterback. I still think that. I said that Baker Mayfield needs everything around him to be successful. I said he need an offensive line. He need wide receiver. He need a running back. He need everything. Same thing he needed at Oklahoma. That's why he was so good at Oklahoma. If y'all remember at Oklahoma, when he played against Patrick Mahomes threw for 700 yards. Baker Mayfield threw for 400 yards and won the game. Patrick Mahomes threw for damn near 700 yards and lost the game. But I'm gonna tell you why he won the game, because Baker Mayfield had more talent around him. Patrick Mahomes did not have talent. That told me then that Patrick Mahomes was a better player than Baker Mayfield in college, because he had less weapons and he did more damage. Even though he lost the game in a close one, but I knew that dude there, that's an NFL quarterback right there. Patrick Mahomes. Now, Baker Mayfield, even like now, look at what when without his weapons, he's just regular. He throwing for 100 yards, they winning games or they lose games. But when he had all those weapons, he was throwing for 300, 400. Everybody said he was, oh my God, this man is a franchise quarterback. See, I look at that, the modern day superstar quarterbacks who can do less, who can do more with less. Like Tom Brady did. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with a cornerback playing wide receiver. Now I know I can't compare everybody to Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., but that is my expectation when it comes down to quarterback. So Shedeur, get in your playbook, learn your playbook, get better. You don't always have to say stuff in the front of the camera. Get better. Work your way up to being the starter, the full-time starter, so you can leave no doubt that you are the starting quarterback. Once you do that, you will be respected. You don't have to be Deion Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why you don't have to be Deion Sanders. Because Deion Sanders was special. Deion Sanders was so damn talented. He could say whatever he wanted to say, and he can get away with it because he was backing it up on the field. Either way, he was shutting down a cornerback, or he shutting down a wide receiver, or he was returning a punt for a touchdown, high step into the end zone. See, you are a quarterback. So you have to be humble, because if you're not humble, they're gonna humble you one way or another. Jackson Dort is finding out that the hard way. Like, they're gonna humble him. He keeps saying the things that he's saying. All y'all have to do is be humble. It's cool being humble. It's not a bad thing. Nobody's gonna say you weak because you're humble. You can listen to your fans if you want to and say that, oh, you're just a confident black man. But at the end of the day, it's arrogance. It's cockiness. And a lot of people do not like cockiness. We understand that you are Deion Sanders' son. We understand that you are a good player, but it's cool to be humble as well. It's cool to, hey, when the camera get in front of you, you ain't always gotta say the wrong thing. That's all I'm saying, Shedeur. But hey, man, y'all, thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Hey, before I go, man, Coach Jig, I appreciate you, man, supporting. Thank you, man. Hey, he said that you think they'll cut him for that? I think, honestly, Coach Jig, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that he gone after this season anyway. I don't think they'll cut him. I think that he's gonna end up leaving because I don't think they're gonna pay him. Because Jerry Jeudy was supposed to be that wide receiver one. That's how Deshaun Watson was supposed to be their QB one. And I'm gonna say this right here. I'm a Deshaun Watson fan. I think Deshaun Watson is better than both of these quarterbacks. I think he's better than Shedeur Sanders, and I think he's better than Dillon Gabriel. So I think he's going to be their quarterback next season. That's what I think. I think that when he's healthy enough, I think he's going to be their quarterback next season. They're going to give him one more chance because he's already still on that big ass contract. So they're going to give him one more chance to possibly, win them over. And I think that Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel were going to be QB2 and QB3 for next season. Because I don't think they're going to draft another quarterback in next year's draft, and in the draft that's coming up, because this is a weak quarterback draft. Now, next year, that's when Arch Manning and all the rest of those dudes that's getting ready to come out, that's going to be a heavy quarterback draft in next year's draft. So I think that they're going to give Deshaun Watson another look, and possibly, make Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel QB2, QB3. But I just don't see Shedeur Sanders as a real successful superstar quarterback like he sees himself. And I understand you're going to see yourself as being that. You should. But you also have to be realistic when it comes down to it. I just don't see it. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Until next time, y'all have a great Tuesday. And be safe out there, y'all. The weather's bad. So be safe. Don't do drugs. Don't drink and drive. Don't do all that craziness. And just live life, man. I appreciate y'all. Till next time. Peace.